Hey, everybody, welcome back. And I'm so excited today to talk to Erika Barney about the Content Cure. Thank you so much for joining me, Erika. As always, it's such an honor and pleasure to be able to chat with you. And I want to hear today about the Content Cure and how that program was for you. So to start, why don't you share with us why you joined?
Well, aside from the fact that Taylor always is very passionate about the things that she does and the content of what she put together, for me, I was stuck in telling stories, having the right message to present to my audience on social media. And so that was the thing that I was the most excited about, was being able to create and maybe have a formula of how I wanted to put my message out to my ideal client and to my audience.
I love it. So why was putting a message out to your ideal client and audience important?
Well, you always want to engage with people. I personally always want to be making new friends. And unless you can, we can all be real, we can all be vulnerable. I hope that everyone wants to be those two things. But I wanted to be able to have more creativity and more ideas for presenting content and getting my message across in maybe ways that I hadn't thought about, like this course did.
Oh, I love it. Awesome. So are there other areas that you also, or even in the content itself, that you feel more confident in having completed the program?
Very much. I was not someone that would post consistently. That is one of the many things that I learned from this course. But what I loved about this course was that even though you encouraged us to be live every week that we learned new, I loved that you gave us the opportunity to either watch it again and or ask questions. And so when I was able to do that, then I was able to get other people's ideas, or maybe go and look at the content they were creating. Even though it wasn't my niche or my audience, it gave me an opportunity to we've been saying that word create and creativity a lot tonight. And that's really what it was about. It was being able to have a broader understanding of what it is that people are looking for, what people want. Something that I learned taking the Content Cure was how you write your message, engaging your audience, asking questions. Those are all key components in keeping your audience engaged and not feeling like they ghosted you for bigger and better and sometimes boring material. So those are just some of the things that I learned.
Oh, I love it. So awesome. And I like the Q&A calls are so important to be able to see what other coaches and course creators are doing. Like you said, even if it's not in your industry or in your niche, it's like, oh, that can work and that can work. And I can borrow this idea and shift it for my audience and my business. And there's that creativity coming through. I love it. Did you have any, what were your results that were exciting to you after taking the course, or that came from the course?
Well, in my business group, I was able to grow my audience to 500 people, which was just over 100 quality people. Like I really feel like even still today, after completing the program, I feel like I have an edge. Sometimes I feel like I don't know, like I have skin in the game. Excuse me, but I love that it's relatable material as well, that you can go share with. Like I have a team and I have, people that collaborate with me, and I can say, hey, have you thought about this? And so I can take pieces that I learned into that. But So I grew my group over, just over 100 people. I almost tripled sales while I took the course. I know I didn't tell you all of this, and I'm
So
so sorry, but
exciting.
I'm not. I was like, no, I gotta have something exciting to tell Taylor, that she doesn't know. But more than anything, Taylor, I developed a confidence in sharing vulnerability and magic and being able to create content that takes your audience on that literal roller coaster. And, I'm not a fan of them, but
The good kind of roller coasters.
Getting real with them, like being willing to answer the hard question or the question that no one wants to talk about, and not taking it into any sort of, campaign, so to speak, or, preference of, we can talk, I guess the only word that comes to me is politics, because that was kind of what we were in the middle of during the time that we did this course together. But just being willing and bold to answer those questions, to engage when it gets rough, sometimes when you're posting different content, but just continuing to be real and continuing to be vulnerable.
I love that. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, Erika. Oh, so good. So, and first, I'm so proud of you. Oh, so exciting.
Thank you.
But for any entrepreneurs, coaches, course creators that are thinking about taking the content cure, what would you say to them?
I would say put your blinders on. I would say just stay in the lane of learning and growing and implementing the content. And again, like I said before, when you don't know the answer, ask. You are someone that is very approachable, very mindful. Sometimes that the words you say, not everyone knows the meaning of those words. I'm so sorry to tell you, Taylor, but there were some words in the course that I was like, what is she talking about? And yet being able to post the question in our group chat, as well as coming to you directly if needed, I would say put your blinders on, commit to taking the course, being present as much as you can, because you definitely learn when you're able to be live in the class coursework. Do the homework and just invest in yourself. Be willing to think outside of the box and committing to, everyone has a dream or a goal to be better. This is a course that can definitely allow you to do that if you let it.
I love it. Thank you so much, Erika. And again, so proud and honored to have the chance to work with you, and so excited to see your results from taking the content cure and your results as your business has grown even after taking the cure. And again, just so grateful and thankful and honored to know you and to have gotten to work with you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.